Welcome back. This week we're going to talk about assistive technologies. It's important for you to understand the various assistive technologies that are available for you to incorporate within your learning environment for students within your class that have disabilities. Essentially, assistive technologies help a person become more independent. It helps them to communicate better and complete tasks. It provides physical and sensory access to complete those tasks or assignments that might be given. Here's a video on assistive technology. Before we go further, I want you to have a good understanding of what assistive technology is and the various types of assistive technology, regardless of the person's age or disability.
Assistive technology is anything or any tool that can make life easier and increase independence for people with disabilities. It includes a wide range of tools. From simple magnifiers to complex computers, assistive technology can make a world of difference. Across California, there are many resources for learning more about assistive technology. Let's drop in at the Parents Helping Parents iTech Center in Santa Clara and take a look at how assistive technology can make things easier for people across their lifespan. As we age, things that were once easy may become more difficult. Simple tasks such as opening a jar or turning a key can become a challenge. There are a variety of adaptive tools such as rubber jar openers and utensils with built-up handles that are easier to grip that can help with everyday tasks. Using a standard cell phone can also be a challenge for some individuals. There are now models available with larger print and keys, and with fewer options, which can make cell phone use much less frustrating. You can find more helpful suggestions for seniors in A Guide to Easier Living with Technology, available at www.ataccess.org/easierlivingguide. Students who have a hard time learning to read, write, or understand may benefit from a wide variety of solutions. Many of the tools are simple and low cost, yet they provide lots of support to students who have a hard time learning. An array of tools from reading rulers, highlighting tape, to books on tape can improve a student's ability to read well and understand what they read. There are also many tools that make note-taking a cinch. Allie likes to use her portable keyboard note taker, but her classmates prefer the digital recorder and the note-taking pen. When text is read aloud to struggling students, reading problems no longer stand in the way of learning.
It is a story full of adventure, passion, and mystery.
A whole new world can open up with the use of assistive technology. Simple tools can pave the way to academic and personal success and let students discover their hidden potential. Assistive technology is also a wonderful way for adults who have intellectual challenges to become more independent. Everyone loves to cook and enjoy a snack. With the right tools, such as color-coded measuring cups and spoons and picture directions, even adults who can't read can prepare a snack. Of course, all the food needed to prepare the snack must be purchased at the store. Using products like these, this adult can create a budget and a shopping list before going to the market. Individuals who have a physical disability need assistive technology to become as independent as possible. With assistive technology, they can do more for themselves without always relying on other people to help them. There are different tools available to help them with dressing, even with picking things up that have fallen to the ground. Computers and adapted devices can open up a whole new world of work or social possibilities for people with physical disabilities. Each person is different, however, and may need to explore a variety of tools before experiencing success. This young man has found that using a joystick and a keyboard on the computer screen makes it easier for him to type an email to one of his friends. Disabled veterans and persons recovering from an accident or injury may also benefit from assistive technology. This young man, who has been injured in a car accident, has difficulty being understood by others. For someone who has communication needs, a range of assistive technology tools may be explored. A picture communication book may help this individual express his wants and needs to others. A higher tech device which speaks and provides more options may also be a good match. There are many assistive technology tools available that can help you or someone you know communicate to others. It is never too early to explore assistive technology. For infants and toddlers who have difficulty engaging in play in the usual way, assistive technology can provide a way for them to use toys and interact with their peers. This is very important since young children learn about the world through play. By using switches and adaptive toys, all children can enjoy and explore the world around them. Technology can also provide an effective way for the very young to learn early skills, such as their numbers and colors. Some infants and toddlers respond well to using a computer, such as hitting a switch, using a touchscreen on the computer, or just banging on the keyboard to indicate a choice. There are a lot of free games and learning software available on the internet for this age group. Please visit www.ataccess.org for more information and click on the We Can Play link. As you have seen, assistive technology can help people of all ages and with all kinds of disabilities do many things more easily. California's AT network is dedicated to expanding the accessibility of tools, resources, and technology that will help increase independence, improve personal productivity, and enhance the quality of life for all Californians. The AT network is a program of the California Department of Rehabilitation coordinated by the Alliance for Technology Access.
So as you can see from the video that there are a variety of assistive technologies that can be used for any person regardless of their age or grade level. Now that you know a little bit about assistive technologies, let's think for a moment about some of those computers or technology that you have in the learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or in the computer lab. It's important for you to understand what accessibility features are available to you um, per the technology. So let's take a look at desktop computers. Many of you might have desktop computers within your learning environment, in the classroom, or in a computer lab. And there are several key accessibility features that every desktop or laptop or mobile device, such as tablet, that they have. They have a magnifier, and a magnifier enlarges the content or information on the screen for you to see. So if someone who is visually impaired or has a vision deficiency, or for someone who may have ADHD, this might be a little tool that you can enable on the desktop computer to assist them in learning. Having this magnifier will enlarge the information on the screen, help them to focus on what really is being said or what the image is, and makes it easier for them to see. The narrator. The narrator is a tool that also someone who may be visually impaired or hearing impaired may be able to utilize. The narrator reads the text that is on the screen, on your computer screen or your device screen. It reads it aloud for the person to be able to hear the text that is on the screen. So instead of reading it themselves, the narrator reads it out loud for them. The high contrast setting on the devices, that setting is used to adjust the device, the screen, to where it makes it easier for the person to see and read. And so you can go into your device or your desktop computer and change those settings around to where it is easy on the eyes and doesn't strain the eyes. Lastly, there's an on-screen keyboard. Now, this tool may be used for someone who has limited motor ability or control. And the neat thing about this tool is that it lets the person control the computer by using an on-screen keyboard. So they don't necessarily have to use the keyboard that comes with it. They can utilize this on-screen keyboard in conjunction with a mouse or another type of pointing device. And so again, this tool might be useful for someone who has limited motor ability and or control. Here's a short video on how to access your features on your desktop. Knowing what accessibility features are on your computer and how you can utilize them is very important. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to access your desktop accessibility features. You will first go to your File Manager. And once you have selected your File Manager or clicked on your File Manager, you will either see one or two things. You will see a screen such as mine, or you'll see a screen that has all of the files on your computer, and you would be looking for the control panel file. And so for this computer, I'm going to click on Computer, and I'm going to open the control panel, and then I'm going to look for Ease of Access. Here's where my accessibility features for the computer are housed. I'm going to click on Ease of Access Center. Also notice that there's a speech recognition link that has ways for you to configure your speech recognition for your computer to work. But I want to focus on this demonstration on the Ease of Access Center. So I'm going to click here. Here you'll notice that there are 4 common tools or accessibility features for your computer. You should see magnifier, which helps increase the size of your screen, parts of your screen. And then you'll see the narrator, which narrates text aloud on the screen. The on-screen keyboard allows you to have an on-screen keyboard so that you can use your mouse or another pointing device to type. And then the high contrast setup setting link. And this will help increase or reduce the contrast to reduce eye strain. If you scroll down, you'll see some other options here that you can utilize according to your needs. You can use the computer without display. You can make the computer easier to see, so you can change those visual settings. You can make the screen or the text large, small, medium, with whatever preference you might have. You can adjust your settings to set up alternative input devices, and I'll talk about some of those devices a little bit later. You can set up alternatives for your sound, so you can use text or visual alternatives for sound. And here are some options for adjusting your touch and tablet capabilities, as well as your reading and typing settings. And that is how you locate your accessibility features for your computer. So now that you know how to locate your accessibility features and to utilize them, let's talk about some accessibility features of a computer lab. So it's very important that you have your computer lab set up so that it will help the student with the disability. You want to make it as easy as possible for them to utilize the information and utilize the resources there just like any other student. And so a couple of things that you can do to incorporate into your computer lab will be to think about incorporating some of those alternative input devices. Consider braille embossers, furniture modifications, light signal alerts, screen magnifiers, screen readers, and speech recognition programs. So we'll take a look here at the alternative input devices. And some alternative input devices include some keyboards. So you can take a look at some of the different various keyboards that they have here that might fit the needs of the students there. We have a one-hand keyboard. So for a student who does not have full motor ability and they're only able to use one hand, this might be something that you want to consider as an alternative input device. Some other input devices are the trackballs and joysticks. Kind of replaces, not replace, but it's another alternative instead of a mouse that a student could use. And so those are just some different alternative input devices that you might want to consider inputting into your computer lab. Again, here are just some other accessibility features that you may want to utilize within your classroom. Those alternative input devices such as, one-handed keyboards, the braille embossers for those who are blind or legally blind. Think about the furniture modifications as well, the height adjustable workstations, as you can see from the picture, the screen magnifiers and screen readers, as well as speech recognition programs. Those are some things that you would want to include or think about including within your computer lab and how beneficial that would be to the student. Vendors for assistive technology. There are 3 vendors that I have found that provide assistive technology for schools or education purposes. And so one of them is Enable Mart, Boundless Assistive Technology, and Freedom Scientific Technology. Here's the estimated cost for some key equipment that you should have or think about incorporating into your computer lab for students with disabilities. One of them is the adjustable workstation, as I talked about earlier. Having that furniture modification within the computer lab will make the student feel more comfortable and help them fit in and be able to utilize the technology that's available. And so that runs anywhere from $7.99 to $11.99 on Enable Mart, and that's $799 anywhere up to $1,199. The one-hand keyboard, that runs about $480. I showed you that earlier on the Boundless website. And then the Braille display, that is a little bit more expensive than some of the other items here, but it's very beneficial to those who are visually impaired. So those people who are blind or legally blind can really benefit from this, and it's very useful, but it is a high dollar item. And so those are some things that I would recommend that you consider utilizing in your computer lab. That way you'll have assistive technology for a wide range of individuals. Now you can also think about including, the screen magnifiers and the screen readers, depending on the quantity of students that you have there within your school or your computer lab that will actually utilize it. If the quantity is low, just consider utilizing and being familiar with those accessibility features that are incorporated within the desktop or the laptop or the mobile device. Speaking of mobile devices, there are a couple of mobile assistive technology devices and apps that are available that you can use and incorporate within your classroom or your computer lab. If you are having class in the computer lab, you can also utilize these as well. The first one is the Williams Sound System Hearing Helper, and this is a very unique tool. And I'll click here and show you. And what this tool does is it helps an individual who is hearing impaired. It helps them focus in on what is being said or what the teacher is saying. So this device kind of eliminates the background noise and distance from the speaker and improves the listening for the individual. And so this is one tool that is considered a mobile technology or mobile assistive technology that you could consider utilizing within the classroom. It really would help the student out if they can utilize this when they are learning new information or new content. And so having something like this will be very beneficial to them because, like I said, it eliminates the background noise, the distance from the speaker, and improves their listening. So a lot of times, I know in my learning environment, I've had students who had disabilities. They would sit up in the front, and sometimes it made them feel uncomfortable. Well, with this device, you can, they can sit anywhere within the classroom if they would like to, and they can utilize that particular device, and it would eliminate the background noise and the distance, so it wouldn't be hard for them to hear the teacher or to hear the information that is being brought forward. And so this would really help improve their listening for those who are hearing impaired. And that is one tool. We'll go back. Next, we'll look at the iOS, the Apple operating system. The Apple operating system has a lot of assistive technology tools and apps that are available. And so everyone usually, is familiar with the iPhone or the iPod or even the iPad. And so a lot of schools are utilizing the iPads and other tablets within the learning environment. And so the iOS operating system, they have built-in accessibility features. So they have the voiceover, they have the assistive touch, the guided access. And so those key features help students within their learning environment. So if they're visually impaired, there's a way that they can magnify that information. If they're hearing impaired, there are other tools in there that will help them understand the information and improve their learning. So I'll click here so we can learn more. Here for vision. So the voiceover is a gesture-based screen reader that lets the student know what's happening on their multi-touch screen, and it helps them navigate. So that is one thing that helps a student whose vision is low, or they have a disability to where they're blind or legally blind. Here's something about the speech. One of the speech features on there. The students who have difficulty with expressive speech can benefit from the assistive feature built into the iOS FaceTime. And so these are some things that you can utilize if you are teaching a grade level that uses some of these things, or where you're collaborating. If the students are collaborating, FaceTime might be a way for them to collaborate depending on the type of tool that you have or the type of technology that you have. Another unique mobile technology or assistive technology app is called Clicker Sentences. Clicker Sentences is part of the Apple family, and it is an app that you can get on your iPad, iPhone. The cost of it is $38.99. And what it does, it helps students with their writing skills in building sentences. And so if you are utilizing tablets or Macs within your classroom or your learning environment, this particular app would help students who are struggling in the reading and writing areas. And so, as you can see here, it says it develops young students' writing skills and builds struggling writers' confidence. It is definitely early. The definite early writing tool enables you to build sentences with whole words. And so, for those who are struggling, that have learning disabilities, they would be able to utilize this type of app on a mobile device, such as an iPad or an iPod, if that is what you're using within your classroom. As you can see here, here's one of the screenshots. And as you can see from here, the progression. Start off with simple sentences, and then have more detailed sentences, paragraphs. And so this would be a very useful mobile assistive technology app that you could think about using or incorporating within the learning environment. Another one is Bookshare. Bookshare allows textbooks and other books that you might have students or assign students within the classroom. You might be able to utilize this for students who are visually or hearing impaired. And so this tool, you can access it on the desktop, you can access it on a laptop, you can also access it on a tablet. It has those capabilities. But with Bookshare, you are providing print for people with disabilities. And so it gives them options, and you can provide information or textbooks according to their level, so where they are. And so you have control over what books they read, and the different levels that are available for them in their disability. And so with this tool, you can get a license for it, and then you or someone else within the school will have access or have administrative rights to where you can track the students' progress and see what other resources are available for them and their disability. Just some more information. And you can see from this picture right here, there are many ways to read. So it really appeals to those students with disabilities and using different devices. And the last one is Learning Alley. Learning Alley is utilized or can be utilized for those students with learning disabilities such as dyslexia. And with this tool, it provides resources for the student as well as the parent. So you can get text and audiobooks. You can use it to help a student understand the content. Like it says here, human narrated audiobooks. And so this particular tool can be used for K through 12. It can be used for college and adults. So college students and adults. So it doesn't matter what age, but it is very useful to them, providing another way of another avenue of information. So we click here on educators and kind of walk through it. As you can see here, it says that they help children with reading-related learning disabilities and visual impairments reach their full potential. And so by providing information via audiobooks, that really helps a student who is struggling with a learning disability such as dyslexia, or they have visual and hearing impairments, this particular tool will be very useful. It is something that um, the school could purchase, and they can utilize it for those students that have disabilities. They can give them access to utilize the tools and resources via a tablet or any other device at home. And so they'll be able to see their progress at school and then their progress at home when they are using it. And as you can see here, they can utilize audiobooks or any other aids or resources that the teacher feels is necessary in building their skills. And that's Learning Alley. Here are some references. If you need more information about assistive technology, there's information that can be found at Microsoft.com. There's more information that can be found regarding the different laws that affect assistive technology. And then here's some other information down here from Washington University, which talks about the universal design of computer labs and how you can incorporate assistive technology within your computer lab and even within your classroom learning environment, where you can provide those resources to students who have disabilities to help them become more independent in their learning and to help enhance their skills. I hope you've learned some information about assistive technology and how you can utilize it in your classroom.